When Montana Jordan first stepped into the boots of Georgie Cooper and young Sheldon, he was a teenage boy surrounded by the familiarity of a well-oiled machine. The show, with its clear narrative structure, beloved Big Bang Theory legacy, and a cast that quickly felt like family, provided him with a strong foundation as he transitioned from a small-town Texas life to Hollywood lights. Now, years later, Jordan finds himself at the heart of a bold new chapter, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, a spin-off that dares to break from the format that made young Sheldon such a powerhouse. And for Montana, stepping into uncharted territory without the comfort of the old format was nothing short of nerve-wracking. "I won't lie," Montana says, rubbing the back of his neck with a self-deprecating grin. "When we started this show, I kept looking around thinking, where's the narrator? Where's the past tense storytelling? Where's the rest of the Coopers?" It felt like learning to walk all over again. Unlike young Sheldon, which was narrated by Jim Parsons and took the form of a nostalgic, third-person recounting of Sheldon's boyhood, Georgie and Mandy launches viewers straight into the present moment. It's a sitcom in real time. No narration. No memory-laced flashbacks. No built-in safety net. The pacing is quicker. The comedy has a sharper edge. The stakes, especially with a newborn baby in tow, feel immediate. For Montana, who practically grew up on the young Sheldon set, the shift was both liberating and terrifying. There was a rhythm to young Sheldon, that southern narration from Jim Parsons, tied everything together. It was like having training wheels. When we started filming Georgie and Mandy, it was like, okay, you're on your own now. But those nerves, he says, were also a fuel. A push to dig deeper, stretch wider, and find a new rhythm not just in the character of Georgie, but in himself as an actor. Georgie's growing up, and so am I, Montana reflects. He's a dad now. He's trying to be a husband. He's still figuring stuff out, but he's not the same goofball who was skipping school to work at the tire shop. And for me, that meant I couldn't play him the same way either. Indeed, Georgie and Mandy sees Montana tackling more nuanced territory than ever before. Georgie's juggling the pressures of parenthood, the awkward dance of young marriage, and his own lingering insecurities about being the man his family needs. Mandy, played with warmth and wit by Emily Osment, brings a grounded, no-nonsense counterbalance to Georgie's well-meaning chaos. Their chemistry, which sparked in the later seasons of young Sheldon, becomes the emotional core of the new series. "Emily and we clicked pretty quickly," Montana says. "She's such a pro, and she's got this instinct for timing, for realness, that keeps me on my toes. We're laughing one minute, then doing a scene about sleep deprivation and diapers the next. It's real. It's raw, and that's what makes it work." Still, Montana admits there were moments in those early days of production where he questioned everything. "I remember standing on the new set, the apartment Mandy and Georgie live in, and thinking, is this going to work? It didn't feel like young Sheldon. It didn't look like it. And part of me was scared that fans might not follow us here." But something interesting happened as the episodes started coming together. The absence of a narrator, rather than being a handicap, became a strength. The format allowed the characters to breathe, to exist in the now. There were no tidy summations or retrospective gloss. Instead, every messy diaper change, every miscommunication, every tiny triumph played out in real time. "We're building something new," Montana says, "and yeah, it's nerve-wracking, but it's also exciting as hell." Fans seem to agree. Though different in tone and structure, Georgie and Mandy has already begun to carve out its own identity. Its blend of family comedy, heartfelt storytelling, and slice-of-life relatability taps into a vein that feels fresh, yet familiar. Montana credits much of the show's early success to its willingness to evolve. TV's changed. Audiences want more than just laughs. They want to see characters grow, mess up, get back up again. And I think Georgie and Mandy gives us that. As for his own growth, Montana's journey from a wide-eyed teenager auditioning for a role he barely understood to a leading man carrying a spin-off has been, in his words, surreal. "I was just this kid from Ore City, Texas, riding dirt bikes and getting into trouble. I never thought I'd be here. And now I've got fans coming up to me saying, I grew up watching you. It's crazy. But Montana isn't taking any of it for granted. He sees Georgie and Mandy as both a creative challenge and a personal responsibility. To honor the fans who followed him from day one and to bring something new and authentic to the screen. When people watch this show, I want them to feel like they're hanging out with people they know, he says. I want them to laugh, cry, yell at the screen when Georgie screws up. I want them to care. As for what lies ahead, Montana remains hopeful and humble. He knows the road won't always be smooth, and the comparisons to young Sheldon will continue. But he also knows that sometimes, stepping outside your comfort zone is the only way to grow. We're doing something different, and that's scary, but it's also kind of beautiful, he says, flashing that familiar Cooper grin. I think we've got something special here. And I can't wait to see where it goes. Would you like this as a formatted blog post or adapted for a different medium, like a magazine feature or interview transcript?